Peace, vibrations. This is V, the spiritual lifting, where I come to get your soul swole. Today's topic is the elusive illusions. The elusive illusions that all is real, but nothing is real at all. This illusion has many different levels and tiers to it. It could be love, it could be friendship, it could be business, it could just be in life in general. We all have ups and downs, we all have heights and lows. But this is about these illusions that build distrust, which then begin to shape and mold the way you make your choices, and then the opportunities that you miss because you have been presented with previous illusions. I'll give you an example. You could take a piece of fruit and stick it into an animal's cage. And it could even have the real scent to it. Let's just say you have a monkey and an apple. And you give that apple to the monkey, and he bites in the wax apple. He smells it, he feels it, it looks real. He bites it, it's not real. He spits it out, he throws it down and walks away. And you could do this for 30 days, and at the end of the 30 days, you could put a real apple. Because for sure, if you continue to feed the monkey real food in between and give him the apples, he's going to continue to test and see if it's real. So you put a real apple on the 31st day, and he bites into it. And even though he tastes it, and he thinks like, oh, okay, this is real, but he's going to eat it with caution, because he's already been given this illusion that it's not real. So eventually he's just going to continue to bite with caution and eventually and possibly sit that apple down, thinking that at some point that this apple is just going to be wax. Or potentially not even pick the apple up at all. May look at it, may be able to smell it, but decide that he's been fooled enough times that there's no reason to test these waters again. And he's missing out on nourishment and supplementation into his body. Well, life is like this. People do things to you. You run into situations, relationships where it's, you really think that the love is there and you're trusting them, and you make yourself vulnerable, and you opened up your heart and your spirit to this person, and you let them in the door, only to find out down the line that the whole entire time you weren't the only one. You weren't special. You made yourself vulnerable for no reason, only to be made look a fool of. And then you end up heartbroken because you put this trust in a person. Well, the next relationship you have, you're not going to be as trusting. We can move it to business. You could have all these business ideals and create all these things with a person and deliver these ideals to this person. And you go in it together. But then let's just say it's a great deal of money. We see this all the time in the music industry. We see it in corporate businesses. We see it just on startup businesses where a person's ideal gets taken by another, and all the proceeds never even hit their hand. They're not even part of the proceeds, and it's not a shared thing, and the other person never looks back. They just vulturized everything that they had. Well, the next time, they're either going to do some real bad, shrewd business, which may not work out well for them, or they're never going to do business with anybody else again, or they may just stop doing business altogether and switch into something else. We could turn this into home family relationships where there may be abuse, but then the next day the parents say, I'm sorry, I love you, and apologize to the child. And then the child continues to try to be normal and love the parent, but let's just say, maybe the parent has a substance problem or something. And then the parent uses the substance, and then the cycle starts all over again and over again and over again and over again. Well, this is very damaging for later on in life, the relationship between the child and the parent. And then this also may make this person very hesitant to be in a relationship or have children or have a strong relationship with their child. Also may cause them to be the same way because they assume this is how life is supposed to be. How you were raised, how you grow up, or things that you were taught, not who you are, not what you know. You have to break these molds down. Comparable to a marionette puppet, where from the crowd, everything looks real, its movements looks real, it's jumping around, it's jiggling, it's dancing, there's voices, it appears to be that it's talking, but as you move closer, you realize it's just strings being pulled and the manipulator speaking. We have to remove ourselves from these kinds of disappointments in life, because these kind of disappointments and continuing to go into life in a non-trusting manner will make you miss great opportunities. Just because there was an illusion the first time doesn't mean the next time it's going to be an illusion. And what I mean by this is, don't be a fool. Don't keep falling for the same trick all the time, right? Fool me once, that's on me. Fool me twice, that's on you. Fool me 3 times, I'm a fool. We can't be fools in this life. But what we do have to do is start to manifest and the energy and the vibrations to know when there's an illusion, and not blind ourselves by the clear and present things that are right in front of our face. We know the signs. We see it from the beginning when we get into many relationships of people or dealings where there's been previous illusions being made. Sometimes we ignore it because we want to see and seek the good that's just in people. And we believe so hard that there is good in people and everyone won't be the same. But after many years and you keep running into the same thing because you're not paying attention to the signs, the warning signs, you start to say there is no good people. But at that moment is when you begin to miss out on the opportunity, because people who have been given the illusion, which is most of everyone, there's not one person that can pretty much say that they haven't been faced with these types of illusions throughout their life. And once they come into play, it makes a complete difference on how you operate your life. And then when you get faced with something real, because you've been scarred and scorned so bad from the lies and the deception that have come at you time and time again and continuously, you miss out on the real thing, real love, real friendship, real faith, real business, opportunities, a real heart. We have to learn to let go of the illusions and see things for the real that they are. But facing reality is a very hard thing to do, because the reality is that when we see it's an illusion, stopping it and admitting this isn't real. But when we see the truth, realizing that this is real. But that's what deception is. That's what a trick is. That's what an illusion is. something to fool the mind, to make one believe that it's real when it's not. And again, after seeing so many of it, you get confused. You're not sure what you're seeing or what you're hearing or what you're thinking is real. This realness can only be given through by proof. By proof, continuous proof. We can't be afraid to test the waters in life and continue to go and believe on the fact that there is something true and real out there for each one of us. Whether that be in business, whether that be in family, whether that be in friendship, and whether that be in love. And especially the topic of love. It's hard. It's hard to face the truth that I can be loved. It's hard to face the truth that love is free. It's hard to face the truth that there is love out there that is not an illusion if you've only been presented with the illusion. But if we carry ourselves with genuality, truth, and love, it should be emanating from us in everything that we do. The proof is only given through action. Words can be deceptive. Even actions can be deceptive. But it's about consistency. It's about consistency, it's about time, and it's about heart being given. An open heart and spirit. When you're moving with these things, the truth can be seen. And it's only for you to continue to carry out the consistency for the illusionary walls to get broken down. And the more that you break down the illusionary walls, the more that the people will see. And this can bring you great fortune, because you won't have to prove anything. You won't have to say anything if you just do. Everyone will know. The people will know. The lover will know. The friends will know. What are you really taking time to do? Is it just we hang out and get drunk as friends and party and you got my back and it's all talking? Or is it that you come to the friend in their time of need, or let them come to you in their time of need, or you go to them in your time of need and you open up and you're vulnerable and trusting to them at that point, and they have to trust you back? And if this is given, then this is obviously not an illusion. This is a real friendship, and you can tell a friend, I love you. If it's business and you make the business and you honor the business dealings and you come through and share in the proceeds. If it's love, you give your heart, you give your time. It's not all about sex and money and control, and you allow a person to live their life and be free and be who they are. And then you show them that you support them as they support you. This is breaking down the illusions, because illusions cause a lot of pain. Illusions cause a lot of missed opportunities. I will say it again and again, because when the real thing comes, you won't know what to look for unless you begin to decipher through these illusionary walls. That's why it's so elusive, because you're chasing the reality only to continue to find illusions. But brush away and blow away the smoke that's in the mirrors. And when that clears, the thing that's standing there, the thing that's the pillar, the person that's been the rock, the person that's there for you, the support system that has been continuous and proven, more than likely is not an illusion and is the truth. we as people have to begin to walk in the truth. It can't just be your truth. There's the truth, your truth, my truth, but there's only one universal truth out here. Open that door so that we can stop being faced with illusions, because there's enough trickery in the world today. I think a lot of things would change if we closed that illusionary door about ourselves. Because at some point in time, everybody's embellished, everybody's fabricated, everybody was taking part in putting forth an illusion, because we don't want to be looked at as lesser than, or not good enough, or smart enough. I mean, this is just a fact of life. But instead of pretending, let's just do. Be the thing that you say you are. Play the role properly. If you like this subject matter and you would like me to do a part 2, or would like me to expound on this issue in human life a little bit more, please feel free to leave a comment and subscribe to my page. This is V with Spiritual Lifting. Let me get your soul swole. Peace.